Bottom right. Classic. Mr. Classic. And a Dragon Phoenix. And a gamer. Mr. Rogue. Dragon Phoenix. A drunk Phoenix gamer. Oh, that would be a cool team name, wouldn't it? The Drunk Phoenix Gamers. I think it would be better. The Drunk Panadian Gamers. The... Nah, I can't make it better. Just trying to make it as much as some drunk Canadian as possible. So you could use the D for, instead of some, you could do the dumb and then P for pom. Dumb pom. Grenadiers. Grenadiers. No, that's too far away. Ah well. Go home, you're drunk. Well, I was supposed to be, alright? I was supposed to be. I mean, it is 11:26, so... We're on a Canadian channel as well, which means it must be... What time would it be? Like midnight right now? A bit behind midnight? Maybe 2 a.m.? 2 a.m.? 1 a.m.? I don't even know. Depends on the coastline. Time... in Canada. 5:26? How does he do these streams? How does SDC do these streams, man? What the hell? Stargate. Coming up. 5:30 a.m. Guys, I don't know if you appreciate him enough. I don't think anyone could appreciate him enough, alright? $5:30 a.m. You know how much people would have to pay me to get me to wake up that early? A Megapine will fix it. You won't notice that it's that early anymore. All I'm saying is that if I'm drinking, I don't drink as much, but if I'm drinking, I won't stay up till 5:30 a.m. So either he's waking up and then he starts drinking, or he just stays up for a very long time. Circling, not the rocks. We want to follow the circling, not the rocks. I think he saw the oracle there for a split second. It does appear like Rogue was moving his camera towards this location, putting his queens in position. Let's see if Classic can make the magic happen here versus Rogue rather than Solar. Ooh! Ooh! Stops that third base. Pretty sweet. I mean, it's one kill on the Oracle, but it's one very important kill. Look at that. Still no new drone being sent. There it is. Quite a delay. Quite so indeed. As the Twilight Council and the Forge. As we're familiar. Maybe sleep casting. Well, even then, I mean, that would be quite something as well on its own. Well then. Isn't this something? You don't see I mean, swarm host all that often, do you? But, I mean, look at this. Look at this, 7 of them. 2 games in a row, and it's not even the same person. Well, it's better than it was for Solar, right? Because he's gonna be offensive initially with the Swarm Host. And if he does it right, he will be able to keep being offensive here. Aggressive. There's no blink yet either for these Stalkers, so he will be able to pick one of them off initially. Gonna start targeting down the Cyber Core. Will he get it? No. Shield Battery, come on! Ah. You do have to target those Shield Batteries individually. You won't be able to just get away letting the Shield Battery pick its own targets there. You will have to manually target that. Now, the big difference here as well is that Rogue kind of just skipped Roach Tech entirely. He's just set up with those Swarm Host and the Queens on the other side of the map at the moment. And, well, he's doing an alright job with it so far. Starkers on the prowl for the potential new Nidus Worms as well as Overlords. Making it possible for those Nidus Worms to pop up there. But look at the vision here for Rogue. He's got Zerglings as well on the other side of the map ready to help out. Now he's going to start targeting down gateways as well. Kind of guaranteeing himself some damage there. Slowing down the gain and increase of Blink Stalkers here. Only losing 1 Queen. Miraculous. Nidus Worm on the other side once again. More Locust. Blink is ready, so this shouldn't do anything this time around. Should be able to just kind of run away. Shouldn't lose the Stalker here, yeah. Comes around. Slays another one of those worms. New worm though, once again. Classic is just busy on this side of the map. Rogue, he's not expanding as much. Still on the 3 base. 3 base versus 3 base. Let's take a look at the units lost tab so far. It's still, you know what, that's still good. I'd say for Classic. It's got to be careful though, because the Swarm Host numbers are growing pretty insane. And they're gonna gain value like absolutely crazy here. Pretty soon, I imagine. With these numbers, that is just... Whew. It's got 20 of them now. It's just pure Swarm Host here. More Nidus, more Zerglings running around. He keeps these Zerglings alive as well, which is something easier said than done. Oh, that one gets spotted. But the other one over here did not. So, more Zerglings into the natural base. This is going to give the Swarm Host the opportunity to maybe move a little bit closer by. But still going to shoot out from quite far away. Into the Stalker blob once again. Gets 1 Stalker. There's no Nexus here to forcibly cancel. So this is what he's going to have to kind of live with for the time being. Let's look at the resources lost tab once again. Definitely in favor for Rogue, but will it be enough? I think so, actually. Look at this force here. This wall of Spine Crawlers, a blink on top of the Spine Crawlers. Quite a courageous play. I guess all the Swarm Hosts are still out of Locust, so he had an opportunity to make that happen right there. I guess the situation wouldn't have gotten any better than that. Now has to wait out this little wave of Locust for a moment. And then should be able to continue the attack here. Once again, there's Spine Crawlers from the, apparently the main base, where, you know, you also need a lot of Spine Crawlers in case Blink Stalks blink up into your main base. Now being repositioned back into the front. Classic, is he gonna... Yep, he is. Just another attack straight onto those Spine Crawlers. Zealots trying to gain access to them as well. Will this be enough? Will this be enough? Jumping in again. I think that blink was a little bit too much. As the Locust coming in from the left side here. Surprising Classic a little bit. Now decides to back off once again. He's lost a couple of probes here on the other side of the map as well. Still a couple of swarm hosts from Rogue. He spread them out. Trying to deal economic damage on the other side of the map. And you got to commend him for that. That's a pretty cool play. Now getting a couple of Stalkers there. You don't see that enough. Spine Crawlers completely disappear now. The Locust, well, are not here. As the Swarm Host are being chased down. Mutalisk go on the field. I'm not quite sure where the Mutalisk choice came from. There it is. GG is called. Classic takes game number 1. Bit of a build order win, I will admit. I don't think Rogue was paying attention to the previous best of 5 that was being played, considering he was doing a best of 5 with him versus Björn. Let's hope no one uses that split their Swarm Host against me, is what Hardy says in the chat. I mean, I agree in a sense, but also, I mean, probably if our opponents do that, they won't be able to get the Swarm Host to shoot out every time, right? And then they might even have Swarm Host shooting a couple of Locusts all the way from the opposite side of the map to the other side where the other Swarm Host group is. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. I doubt we'll see the Swarm Host again, though. Right? That would be a awfully big surprise. I love to see them, especially with the Nidus Worms, especially with Rogue's Control, because that is just phenomenal to see, right? It is such a fun strategy to see, in my opinion. Especially if the Protoss also has a bit of a force where he can play against it, right? So if he has some sort of a Stargate force or the Gateway force, I think it's one of the better things to watch. One of those battles, right? One has a free sets of units flying in all the time, and the other guy is trying to not really fight against those units and ensure that those units are only being sent in from as far a distance as possible. Which is maybe something that Classic could have handled a little bit better in the previous game. He was quite on top of the Nidus Worms as soon as they were there, but right, having a single Zealot or something like that kind of spread around your base, or even one of the Oracles, kind of on a patrol move, you know, just so you can see the Nidus Worms coming in a little bit sooner. That way you force Rogue to have those Nidus Worms further away. And then, you know, less time on the Locust overall where they are shooting you and just killing you. Straight up doing murders and stuff. Got himself in the wrong neighborhood. But he's finding some small fry drone damage. Doesn't want to lose it. Doesn't want to. He does lose the Adept. Does lose that Adept. We'll have the Oracles coming in afterwards in a little bit to continue onwards with the scouting. Not the worst thing imaginable, but it does kind of decrease your map presence and map awareness, right? It's never a good thing. Okay. Rogue wants him to use that Oracle charge here, it looks like, but Classic, he knows better than that. Well, well, well. Our two favorite buildings. Back at it again. want to see what Rogue is going to go for, army composition-wise. He's just heavily sticking to droning up for the time being. No Roach Warren whatsoever. There's the lair, finally. Oh, let me... Oh, there we go. Can I make a judgment call what he is doing? There's 4 gas. He might be wanting to look for the Mutalisk again. But with the Roach Warren there, it does have me a bit wondering. Oh, no, that is the melee attack. I just know that Rogue loves his Mutalisk. Even when he's up against the counter pretty much, right? In a sense. The soft counter to it. Blink Stalkers. With a Stargate already available as well. Keep that in mind. "14 circlings. Ah, no, there we go. There's the Hydralisk then. Together with the Baneling Nest. 4th base as well. To accompany the entire shebang. Blink and +1 about to finish up, so we'll have another move out here from the Protoss player trying to hit that timing attack. 11 Stalkers in total being brought across the field, accompanied by the 2 Oracles, as we have 28 Zerglings with the 6 Queens in total. Might be a tricky situation. That 4th base most definitely is going to have to be cancelled. Zerglings, some of them are across the map trying to find some counter-attack damage. There's actually quite a couple more than I had anticipated initially, but a clean response there from Classic. Not going to allow anything to happen there. Alrighty, at the Watchtower. Apparently there is a Watchtower on this map. Yep. Has to kind of admit defeat there with the Zergling attempt. Move backwards and keep them around for another try later down the line with a couple of Hydralisk in the mix. Or turn them into Banelings later as well. There we go. Like these fellas right here. 6 of them are gonna attempt the bust onto the probes. So once again, the Classic coming in with his Stalkers. Just sweeping up the creep wherever he can. Missing some tumors. Not too many, but still nice. He's gonna get another force cancel. Actually, an entire kill on that hatchery. This might get out of hand here for Rogue quite quickly once again. These Blink Stalkers, you know, there's no splash damage here, but there's a whole lot of them. And with a lot of micro potential as well. As long as the micro is decent, you could win against the lower number of Hydralisk here. Does he have to? Yeah, that's a good question actually for me. Like I'm anxious thinking like, oh, he could win the game here, but at the same time, if he pushes his advantage here too much, he might throw the game as well, right? Because all he has to do now, realistically, is kind of survive for a little bit longer, back up, ensure that he gains that advantage being obtained right now with his extra bases. But this is pretty smooth, though. Stasis traps, ensuring a safe retreat. We'll be able to kind of sidestep here, checking the other side. Instant cancel once again on the 4th base. Classic is absolutely torturing Rogue right now. Comes back around in between the Baneling. He's like, alright, so where did we leave off? Let me get back in position. Where did I stand again? What was my what was my position? And continue. Couple of detonations there. I'm not sure if I like the Stalker engagements right now anymore. Yes, he has got himself a good flank going, but I mean, Hydralisk, they just deal so much damage against those Stalkers. They are so cost effective against those bad boys. If you have a bunch of Zealots there with you, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with. Look at this. Look at that. Another cancel. And that is going to be enough for Rogue. He does not want to be in that game anymore. GG is called. Fantastic stuff there from Classic. Stargates coming up. Rogue will have to kind of find a solution here to that Blink Stalker problem. As Classic, he seems well warmed up. Yeah, it's the ice baby guy. Yeah, I knew it. Ah. I love when I think I know something and then it turns out I actually know something, right? Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Gives me that extra air of confidence next time I think I know something. Checking the drones. Well, I'm pretty sure we know what we're gonna get out of Classic, right? We've seen it now 7 games in a row. And to be fair, it won the 3 games in a row now. It did lose the first 2 initial games. Wait, am I crazy? Did we see it 7 times in a row? We did. Yeah, we did. So if anyone wants to learn PvZ, this is it, man. This is... If this is the style you want to play, at least. We've gotten quite a couple of examples here. This is a great series for that entire purpose, I imagine. If you want to learn a bit of Protoss, play this build correctly. I mean, you just saw him open up against all sorts of Zerg openings, right? With the same idea, the same concept, still kind of slight differences, slight variations here and there, but coming down to the same thing eventually. It's kind of what you want to be able to do with your build order in StarCraft 2. So if you want to dig in deep with this type of stuff for this Protoss type of play, get yourself 6 drone kills as well with a couple of oracles. This could be it, man. This could be great stuff. You can get these replays as well, I believe, on the Matcherino page. Should be able to get that sorted. Overlord Scout. He's like, what are you doing? What are you up to? And he does not actually see it, so... I mean, the assumption must be there, right? He didn't see the games versus Solar, but he did see the 2 games he just played himself. As the initial aggression once more. 4th base for Rogue. Hello. Hello, Mr. Target. Where's the units? 14 Zerglings, 6 Queens. Sounds familiar. Anyone? Let's come in at the exact same timing here. This time around, Rogue decides to go for a counterattack though with those Zerglings. Really wants to get this Nexus to be cancelled as well. He really does. And oh, he does. Cost him quite a couple of Zerglings, but it's a lot better than it was the previous game around. Will he be able to do anything of the sorts afterwards again, though? I don't know. Nexus got restarted quicker than the hatchery as well. What units are we on right now? 7 Zerglings, 6 Queens, 8 Roaches though in the mix. 10 of them actually. A couple of Ravagers as well. Here we go. Not a place you can push into as the Protoss. Wants to find a better ramp. More fitted for his Stalkers. Doesn't want to use that one either. This is a proper ramp. That's a good ramp. Now, on the same footholds, the same heights overall. I think that's too much Zerg for the time being. Right? As if he manages to dodge all the biles. Come on. Alright, more Stalkers join in as well. One Stasis Trap gets set off. Only 2 Zerglings caught inside. Very manageable here for Rogue, it would appear. Zerglings going for another counterattack. Heading out on the side. Heading for reinforcements. Oh, those Stalkers are in such a good position. Just blink backwards. Quick, up the ramp, up the ramp. Okay. Oh, another ramp. No! Why are there so many ramps? Oh. That's a great defense against that. That is fantastic stuff right there. Zergling's not getting anything done. The Stalkers, though, in a bit of a weird area as well. Just jumping forwards, blinking backwards. Jumping forwards, blinking backwards. The damage that the Zerg does to the Stalkers doesn't really stick. Since it's all shields, it will regenerate. Oh, does lose one of those Stalkers there, though. Oh my god. Did you see those transfusions from that Ravager? That was sick. That was sick. All the Stalkers in the world were targeting that one Ravager, and it still lived. That hatchery, though, that apparently less important to the Queens. Did not care about that hatchery as much. Down goes the 4th base for Rogue once again in this weird position where he would love to have a 4th base, but Classic just will not allow it. Meanwhile, Classic going to a 5th base himself, because why not? Why not? Oh, did he get himself stuck? Did he get himself stuck? Losing quite a couple of Stalkers there. The Zealot Squadron on the top side, though, seeing no base there. Haven't done any damage just quite yet. Ooh, that is a lot of Banelings. Well, enough Banelings. It's not like a terrifying amount, but for the amount of Zealots that were there, that was the perfect amount of Banelings. Changeling harassment from Rogue to himself. Two cannons on that base as well. 1 cannon. Yeah, you need more stuff than just a couple of Zerglings here to do anything at the moment. At least he's a little bit aware of the situation at hand, right? He knows about all the bases that Classic has. Wait, does he know about that one? Yeah, he does. Okay. He knows about the static defenses there as well, so he's going to be able to carefully select how many units he sends to those places individually. If he does try to do more run-bys, if he has the units to spare, because look at the surround coming in here from Classic. He is hitting up a lot of sides here. On the bottom side, let's take a look. Looking pretty juicy. That is a comfortable amount of Blink Stalkers right now. Stasis Trap number 1 and 2 are set off as well. Left flank kind of on a hold for the time being. Makes sense. You don't really want to just, you know, move those Zealots when there's this many Banelings around. Trying to tank them as much as possible with the Stalkers, so the Zealots remain. Just barely enough Banelings are available to make that exchange happen in favor for Rogue. Bottom right side, some Stasis Traps success, but again, a little bit too much Rogue there to push into it now. We may have to see some sort of attack transition out of Classic after all. Nope, we just need more gateways. That is what we need from Classic. In fact, I don't think he's wrong. I mean, he's got the money in the bank. He's got himself almost 6 bases right now. Might be able to get himself up to 7 and 8. If he really wants to. He's got the money for it. May as well, I'd say. The other bases should be getting a little bit low. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff to do here while maintaining this aggressive kind of front with the Blink Stalkers, continually trying to exchange and gain value with those units. Oh dear, okay. Pushing through now. Ravager Roaches are looking a little bit slim here. No Banelings for the Zergling Sider, so these Zealots... Sorry, no Banelings for the Zealot Sider, so these Zealots are going to be able to deal quite efficiently with whatever is there. Now getting back on top of the drones. Third base in trouble rather than the fourth base. Fourth base also in trouble in a way. More Zealots, yep. Always have a warp in available when you have 14 gateways. No fifth base for Rogue just quite yet. Will be killed off by the Zealots. As the attack... Oh, that is 9 Lurkers right there in production as the Zealots are coming to rampage forwards. Those Lurkers, they are desperately needed right now. Are they going to get targeted down? He's not even targeting them. He's just going to let them finish here. Probably busy with the micro on the other side, but still, it is too much for Rogue. He taps out, and that is actually a 3-0 victory right there. That is a 3-0 victory. Classic just copying hero. I mean, it is working phenomenally, and it does not look like an easy style to copy.